saying she never heard anything like it before. Her voice came in singing smoke signals, and she was a mess on the floor. She picks me up, she goes down, drives downtown singing Tyler while her hair catches her lipstick. She stick shifts, kisses me quick. Says she doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries she likes to blame it on the retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. God, I'm gonna love every minute, every mile. She picks me up, she goes down, drives downtown singing bad songs, chorus. It's like a... Please stop glitching. Okay. Microphone. Okay, so I think I actually might have fixed it. I just what the issue was, I couldn't get the EP file to, it was playing but I couldn't hear that it was playing, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But now I'm worried it's glitchy. So let me give it a play again. Says she doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries she likes to blame it on the retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. God, I'm gonna love every minute, every mile. She picks me up, she goes down, drives downtown singing. Feed. Yeah, it might just be that my Wi-Fi is spotty since this is not my Wi-Fi. So it might not be spotty on other people's ends. It might just be a me issue. But if you have any thoughts. Do you want me to tune it on my phone? Yeah. It's currently going, like I'm currently streaming, just nobody's there because I don't have followers and I advertise this at being at 7. Okay. Just let me know when you're there and I'll start the record or the file. Okay. Is it there? Okay. Says she doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries she likes to blame it on the retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. God, I'm gonna love every minute, every mile. She picks me up, she goes down, drives downtown singing bad songs, chorus. It's like a tiger, while I'm beside her, hair lit on fire, I'm undone. I'm gonna try just deleting it and re-inputting it. Still got 10 minutes, we're doing it right. What are you playing through? Is it just like a file on your computer? Yeah, it's just an MP3 that I put as a scene in. I figured that was the easiest, because the other way I tried was like, shoot, I don't even remember what else I tried, but it was giving me audio echoes. So this was the cleanest way I found, and it wasn't glitching yesterday like it is here. So I'm just gonna try reinserting it. Full final MP3. Says she doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries she likes to blame it on the retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. God, I'm gonna love your name. Just gotta still pick at still let the childish chit chat. But I wanna be is just go down laughing at myself, 'cause at the end of the day it's just a name on a toe tag. Collateral damage is inevitable. These apologies are. It's just cutting in and out, which is weird if it's a directly inputted input. Maybe the small one. I'm like starving, and I can eat the whole thing. No, yeah, you got it. No, that's it. You got it. So if you're hungry, there's a tiny slush. Oh no, I also brought this for us if faster, better.
Says she doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries she likes to blame it on the retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. God, I'm gonna love every minute, every mile. She picks.
Maybe like go into the bottom right where like where like your volume thing is and just like click on it.
Like my volume on my computer or my volume
on your computer, yeah. Because you know how if you like click on the volume icon, it'll be like.
Like that?
Yeah. So now click on the little slider in the middle.
Doesn't do anything.
Doesn't make any noise.
No. I wonder if that's not something my computer does.
Could be. Play the EP again.
She goes down, drives downtown, singing bad songs, runs. Rips like a tiger, while I'm beside her, hair lit on fire, I'm undone. On the passenger side, underneath the skyline, kiss me at the red lights, all I see is power lines. Underneath the skyline, kiss me at the red light, all I see is power lines on the passenger side.
When I watch the stream itself, the video seems okay and not really glitchy.
Yeah, when I was on my phone, it looked fine.
Yeah. So weird. It was behaving fine yesterday. I mean, honestly, I think I would prefer that glitchy sound to the like constant echo that was going on yesterday, even though it's not. Obviously, we don't want that. Okay, let me hit properties. What if I? No, I don't want to mess with the speed. Okay.
She doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries she likes to blame it on the retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. God, I'm gonna love every minute, every mile. She picks.
Were you playing it like through the speakers?
Yeah, I was playing it off, so I had like my face, and then I had a different like I was screen recording my desktop and playing it off my desktop, and then because I was playing it off the desktop, that was getting picked up by my microphone.
Okay.
I think that's what the issue was, but it seemed. Yeah, because if I insert, add, display capture, blah 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 blah, it like makes it crazy. Like maybe it'll just be easier if I show you. It does the same thing it was doing yesterday. Go to my 5. Actually, I'll just go to my files and play it. Streaming how fucked up my file system is. Play on Windows. Okay, well I don't hear it looping the same way it was. Do you want to try streaming it on your phone again and see if there's any audio issues from that end?
I got my computer here too if we need to, if you want like a second one to look at.
And I can still
So it'll be like a different connection.
hear this, I think. Make sure I stopped that one. that's because my audio output is muted. So if I turn that on. Any difference?
I'll let you know when I get there.
Okay. I'm guessing no.
No.
Shoot. Okay. I'm gonna stop that then. Okay. We're gonna delete that guy. We're gonna input the media again.
Worst case scenario, depending on how sensitive that microphone is,
Mhm.
we could just play through the speakers and not have
That's
it.
true.
Just play it from like a different computer.
Yeah.
And have the microphone pick up the source.
Yeah, this is a real hot mic. It's, my nice guy, because I figured that'd be easiest to pick up like all three of us instead of having like a super direct
Yeah.
guy. So that might be the way to go. If this, I'm gonna try this one more time, even though I don't think it's.
Says she doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries, she likes to blame it on the retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. Gonna love every minute, every mile. She picks me up, she goes.
Very glitchy.
Use the Wi-Fi?
I thought about that, but my video seems fine.
The video looks like crystal clear.
Yeah. So I mean that might be the way to go. Just stream it off
Yeah.
a different speaker, because we have this nice sound system too. So that might be what we do. Oh, Riley's on. She says she can't hear anything.
I can hear something.
Well, you sound good now.
Yeah, I mean I can hear that the stream is coming through Michael's phone. I think that must be baby, that must be a you thing. I'm sorry. Because it seems like it's working.
Hey Riley. Hold on. Why don't you use the app so I can also be in chat.
Yeah.
Why? I did it backwards.
That's such a long delay on the video. Wow. I feel like I said that a minute ago.
Wow, you're from mine to yours, it's like,
Oh, she said she must have been talking about the actual music then, because she said she got my text late. Okay, it's 7 now. Cool. I doubt a whole lot of people are gonna come to this. It's gonna be pretty low key, but figure out a way to set this mic while I get a glass to put some prosecco in.
Yeah.
Yeah, prosecco.
hey.
Can I just raid your kitchen for a
Yeah,
sec?
and it's like a.
Do you guys want some?
Back. I'll take some.
I'll try a small glass. Con, I had to Uber here because my car won't start. Pro, I had to Uber here so I can get as drunk as I want.
This is such a good plan.
I can only get kind of drunk because I work at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I live here, so. It's gonna be off the chain wax, man. We got Ruby Grapefruit White Claws, Sigra's most recent sponsor.
Indeed.
Can we do a label out?
I suppose I should probably
Label
sit
out
on...
for the sponsorship deal.
Beautiful.
Is this going to you? Is that
Oh.
what's
It's
going
going
on?
to everybody who wants it.
Oh boy.
Ooh, should I go for a grapefruit or should I go... Are you opening for should I go now?
Yeah, we can do a pre-listen toast or something, or pre-listen item. That's your phone. Okay, cool.
I feel bad. I'm the only one not wearing a mask right now.
Oh, that's fine. Actually,
I'm gonna...
we're all vaxxed, right?
Yep.
Do you mind if we take our masks off?
No.
I'm vaxxed, but as of like a week ago, so it's not fully effective yet.
Same. I think I have like a week to go before I'm like considered.
I'm a couple months in.
You're old hat. Okay.
I have to go into the classrooms. We got the mustaches out now.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, oh boy. Okay, here we go. We're gonna open this guy. Yay, EP time. Oh! Alright.
Happy EP release.
Woohoo!
Congrats, by the way. I never actually said it.
Thank you. Thanks for all of both y'all's help. That is all fizz.
We get some poggers in the chat for Sigra.
Poggers in the chat for the one person who's my girlfriend that's watching right now.
I should turn off the second broadcast. It's gonna loop forever.
Oh. I feel like I should be entertaining the chat right now. So, if you were here early, you saw us have technical difficulties, which is unfortunate because I spent a good long chunk of time yesterday trying to troubleshoot technical difficulties. But what I think we're going to end up doing is, thanks to Q, we have this lovely sound system behind us that I think we're just going to stream the EP through that, and the microphone I have is pretty nice, and it will pick it up. And it's, not ideal, but I think it's better than listening to glitchy audio, which was our other option.
Mm-hmm.
It would add a whole nother layer to like the
Thank you.
kind of like.
Cheers,
Cheesy
y'all. Thanks
New
for giving
releases.
us two new releases.
Here's to you.
Woo!
Should we have waited until we started listening?
We didn't, so let's
Okay,
pass. So how do we want to?
We have a.
Oh, aux.
An aux.
I'll be on aux.
It's kind of touchy on this little part right here. But
My dad is texting me about mic issues. Dad, the mic does
hey,
have
you
phantom
know what?
power on.
He's our drummer, and we're not gonna listen to that.
I'm aware of my issues and consciously working on them through therapy.
Different kind of mic. I turned the father, if you're watching. The phantom power was on. I just turned the gain up, so hopefully that helps. Or we can just kind of scoot closer.
This is gonna get very.
Spotify. Okay.
This gets very loud if we wanted to.
Okay. If you're new here, this is a listening party for my EP. My mom just texted me. It does. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna
pop the link in the chat.
Yeah.
In my chat, in one of my chats.
Yeah. So yes, this is my new EP. It's called Bad Faith. It came out today. It's been a long time in the works. Some of these songs I've been working on for like 2-3 years, and I kind of like this EP was essentially a culmination of songs I wanted out before I started working on the next thing that I'm very excited about. And I don't want to say I'm more excited about it than this because I'm really proud of most of these. I'm proud of all of these songs. I should not say most. But this is sort of like a little appetizer of stuff to come. Yeah. How do we want to do this? Do we want to listen to the whole thing, or do we want to go track by track and then like chat and answer questions and whatnot?
It's a good question. I guess
So I can hear
they're
them.
all pretty like. If I remember right, they're all pretty like discreet, right?
Yeah.
And not in like the grinder way, but like they are their own individual songs.
Yeah. I think they are.
So we could probably do
Discreet
track by
to a
track.
fault, maybe. They're a little bit of a mishmash. Okay.
But it's not like we're gonna like interrupt the flow by doing
No, I think
commentary
we can.
between. I think we could do a little Q&A,
Hell
No.
yeah.
stuff like that.
Sick. Okay.
Do we want to turn the mic like?
Yeah, we want to turn it facing us probably.
Does it stay like that?
Yeah. Hopefully that's a little better. Okay. So we're gonna go into the first track called Power Lines. Let's see how loud it is.
Scared.
Yeah.
Very scared. I'm like right here.
I'm gonna turn the bass
Is it
down
playing?
because I turned
It's
it all the way
playing.
up. Okay.
Okay.
Is your phone turned up?
There we go. We'll probably want to
Okay.
restart.
Yeah, we're gonna restart.
We're gonna restart.
Okay.
Chat, let us know if you can hear or if you can't.
Yeah.
We're up to 52 decibels.
All right. Once more with feeling.
52 douchebags.
Says she doesn't care what the stars have to say, but when she cries, she likes to blame it on retrograde. God, she's gonna kill me with that smile. God, I'm gonna love every minute, every mile. She picks me up up, she goes down, drives downtown, singing bad songs, car runs. Rips like a tiger, all up beside her, head lit on fire, I'm undone. On the passenger side, underneath the skyline, kiss me at the red lights, all I see is power lines. Underneath the skyline, kiss me at the red light, all I see is power lines on the passenger side.
Wow, that kick is so heavy.
Heavy.
She called me crying in her old brown dress, saying she never felt anything like it before. Her voice gave in, singing smoke signals, and she was a mess on the floor. She picks me up, she goes down, drives downtown, singing tired of wire.
Oh.
Catches her lipstick, she sticks, shifts, kisses me quick and turns around. Kiss me at the red light. It's all I see is power lines on the passenger side, underneath the skyline. All I see is power lines on the passenger side, underneath the skyline. Kiss me at the red lights. Maybe this won't last forever. Love is brutal as much as it is tender. These early things usher some things won't last forever. The air is young and we are just two hearts, two stones flung into the ground. So fast. She'll pick me up, she'll go down, drive downtown, singing tangerine. Now I mean, if she kills me dead, it's worth it, I guess. For this copperhead 20. Kiss me in the red lights, all I see is power lines on the passenger side, underneath the skyline. All I see is power lines on the passenger side, underneath the skyline. Kiss me in the red light. Kiss me at 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 the red light.
Woo! Sweet! One of my
You
least
don't have to put on the red light.
one of my least favorite things in the world is like listening to my own voice, ironically. So this is an exercise in
That's one of my favorite things in the world.
Well, I get that feeling completely, but like that track's awesome.
Thanks.
I really like it. I feel like it brings out like a different quality of your voice that I'm not used to hearing, like that softer side.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool. I love all of like the stuff going on with the synths in the back, and like just really cool. I get like some like Postal Service vibes a little bit, but like with like the Sigra flair, and it's
Secret
awesome track.
Service.
Yeah.
Sweet, thank you. That means a lot because that was like when I was like tracking or like track listing the album, like deciding what was gonna go where. I put this one first because it felt like an album opener, but after I'd like sent it to distro and stuff, I was like, of all of these songs, I'm like most shaky feeling about that one. Like I feel like I felt better about the succeeding songs than I did that one. So I was like, shit, if people like hear this, like, and they decide not to listen to any more of the EP, like that's their idea of me is this first song, and I'm not sure it's my favorite. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that song, but like, I think there are other ones on the EP that I feel maybe showcase what I was trying to do better. So I'm glad to hear that you like that one.
What are you doing?
What's going on?
Honey.
Killing the vibes.
In between,
Okay.
I'm just gonna pop off the sound.
That's smart. That's
That
smart.
works. Do you want this piece? I changed my mind. I'm so full now.
No, I'm good. I got toppers on the way.
Okay. God, I don't have to eat this. I'll save it.
Breakfast smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song was like the most recently written one, I think, of all of these two. I think I wrote this one in January.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot like to say about it. If either one of you have questions about it, or if the chat has questions, I also got some questions through Instagram, but they're more like about the EP as a whole, so I'll do those at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
What, can you tell me a little about like the instruments that like were in
Yeah.
that song? And how you,
Pretty much all of that was just like Ableton preset like synth vibes. I think I used my my push to like really dial in some of those sounds and like make them a little bit, like you make some of the synths a little warmer than the presets and stuff.
Sure.
That was all like Ableton preset material essentially. I'm trying to think if there's like anything cool about like the process of that one, because that one came about pretty fast. It was like I wrote it in January, I made the beat probably late January, maybe February, recorded it. I'll let you know if I think of something later on. Oh, Q's getting closer.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So what's your process typically like? Or do you, I mean, I guess do you gravitate more towards a hard and set process, or are you just chaos?
I think it's a little bit chaos. I honestly think I would benefit from a more like strict process, because a lot of times what I do is I get really excited about something and I like lay down vocals and I'm like, these will be scratch vocals, and then I end up never re-recording the vocals.
Sure. That's not a bad thing though.
Yeah, not necessarily. There were definitely spots. I actually did re-record a couple of the vocals in there because I was like listening to it, and that's the other thing is I listen to like my demo mixes so much that I get used to them, and then I kind of like lose the imperfections because they start to sound like what's supposed to happen because I'm so used to them. So did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, my process is
yeah.
like my writing process. I feel like there was a year and a half where I was just like writing so furiously, and I like was skipping class all the time and just writing, and I made like 70 songs, and I'm still like, some of the songs on the EP actually came about in that area of time. Nice. And now I haven't written like anything over quarantine pretty much at all.
It's hard. It always fluctuates so much, and like it's good to try to be consistent, but it's like sometimes you just like don't feel it, you don't have it in you, and
and it's giving me room to like do other things like finish this EP and stuff too. And
right.
not just, like,
it's a very different skill. Like trying to like generate new ideas is a very different skill than like sitting down to actually like finish something that's already in progress. So sometimes you can really do well at one, but you can't do good at the other one, and you just have to like let your brain do what it's good at any given time.
Yes.
So I totally get that.
Yeah, for real. Okay, I think we should move on to the second track, which is the title track.
You gotta press the power button on that pile.
Power. Sick. Okay, yeah, this is the title track, Bad Faith. I put this out as a single like a year ago, maybe. And it's pretty much, the album version is pretty much the same as the single, which is not the case with the other single. Ooh. Is the volume down too?
I think it's at 18, so I think we have to turn it up a little bit.
Oh, it's on the wrong input.
Oh.
You gotta click that. It's the most right blue button on the bottom. I'm sorry, on the so those, it's that one.
This guy?
Yeah, and that's good.
Okay. Okay, and once again, once more with feeling.
Got it.
Maybe I'm just caught on a bad phase. Freedom isn't so much of leases away. I wouldn't bear with the lion chase, but that's not a simple truth takes. Don't start up at all, use case to how about the biggest loop snakes. Segregating us enough, the secret issues running through the brain waves. I couldn't turn up the tap if I wanted to, but the longer it feels, the harder it is to see. It's a blue and slip, don't know, proverbial peel, the ancient, that you can't from the gift, and never take from the pain, no take for the fate, baby. Better calculate your interest as you lose in your wins. So cost a couple bucks, get the drive all fixed, and my Christian name is a scout, no pink gas, still let that childish chit chat. But I don't wanna be a service, but I'm laughing at myself, 'cause at the end of the day, it's just a name on a toe tag. Collateral intelligence inevitable, these apologies are out on the bones, they're so navigable. But they're still being quick more with every second hand, take off the accomplishments, honors and deeds, place off the friendship, but your top photograph and sit in how it says the one to gain away. And most of chain letters to pass on the superstition, in hopes of becoming the better, give me the switch it. Someone else's issue, that's how it continues. We still go home for attention, but some friends to the finish and back at the start, I spent a block in the first drink, and we need a pitch the third day, and I'm going to work it out, what should we see? So now today, it doesn't in the grand scheme.
violin that?
I did violin that.
What?
Awesome.
I did violin that.
Sick.
Yeah, the fun part, we can like barely see you on video. Do you want to like scoot in? Yeah, that was a fun beat to make because I don't play violin. I did play cello growing up. So when I play violin, which is really only for the instances of recording like a 2-bar thing that I can loop, which is what that was, I hold it between my legs like this, and then blow like a cello.
Tiny cello.
Tiny cello. So yeah, next time you listen to that song, just picture me furiously like in my bedroom with a microphone right here doing this. That's what that was. And the percussion is all on that violin too. So like.
Oh, like the lighter
background.
stuff?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
all.
okay.
That's all. Yeah, no, not the big bump.
I was like, how do you make those sounds?
No.
Shit out of your mind.
That was just a sample. Just fucking.
That's really cool. I love the way the song is kind of structured around that loop. It's really cool. It's very like kind of like through composed, and like you have like those like minimalist composers like Philip Glass, and I feel like it kind of like takes a page out of that book a little bit. Where it's kind of like you kind of take this loop and you structure everything else around it. I think that's super cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it was like my sort of like when I wrote that song, I was listening to like a lot of Midwest, specifically Minneapolis hip hop.
Okay.
Which is like a very specific niche genre. Like it is its own, like Spotify has that like as a genre, or like in at least like when it tells you like what you listen to at the end of the year, it was like your top genre is Minneapolis hip hop. So it's like a thing, and it is like its own subset because I know like atmosphere and idea and abilities and stuff sort of like put Minneapolis on the map, and like they do have their own sound. That's a long-winded way of saying that was sort of my attempt at making like a hip-hop type beat. Not that it's anywhere near a hip-hop type beat, but the concept of like looping a really simple melody like the whole time and then just like saying shit over it.
Totally.
Yeah, which is what the whole thing was.
Is Dessa
Dessa is Minneapolis
hip-hop?
Midwest hip-hop, yes.
This was the first song I ever heard you play at an open mic.
Yes.
It was Dixon's Girl?
Yeah. Where we all, and I actually haven't introduced you guys formally. Sorry. If you guys don't know, these are my bandmates in Mobs. Michael Darling.
Hello.
Extraordinaire, savantistic drummer and musician in general. And then our wonderful Quintin Bovre, the heart and soul of the band, a guitarist extraordinaire. Renter of houses. Haver of Aries energy.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's mostly what I wanted to say about that track. So if you have questions, if chat has questions, doesn't look like there's much going on in the chat.
I have to think about questions.
You're not required to have questions.
No, I want to have questions. Okay, so
Charge it real quick.
Okay.
how many tracks total were in that? Because I heard like
Ooh.
I heard the violin, and then I heard like the violin percussion, and then I heard like the deeper percussion. Was that just like a loop?
Yeah, that was just like a sample I found.
Okay.
But there was two. So I think this actually surprisingly was one of my tracks with fewer tracks, with fewer stems.
Yeah.
Because there was definitely somewhere between like 4 and 8 vocal tracks probably, and then 2 violin tracks for sure. I might have doubled them. And then the 2 bombastic percussions, and then 2 or 3 tappity tap percussions.
Gotcha. Okay, so like a lot of like
10.
Gotcha. And so a lot of it comes from like multiple layers of the same thing, but like the core number of like instruments, it's very sparse, and I think it's really cool. It's very neat.
Thank you. Sweet. I think we can go into the next track. The next track I also released as a single about a year ago. It's called House Peru, and the EP version is just slightly different sonically because I added a little bit of to sort of tie it together with the sound of the rest of the EP, and just to tie it together within itself a little bit more. I added some like MIDI drums, give it a little bit of a crisper vibe.
What's this track called again?
It's called How's Peru.
How is Peru?
How's Peru.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I think this is on the right input now.
Now it is, yeah.
Sweet.
But it's at 0.
Now it's at 20. I didn't even.
Michael's a beast. All right. Your boy Quintin fucked up.
Say what now?
Bring a computer charger.
Why is it not? Are you sure it's on the right thing? Because it's not playing.
I see.
No, now it's on DVD,
There's levels.
CD.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Now it's on the right one. Tell me I'm a bug.
Aha.
Posted up in Garner Park, so you got the afternoon. Feeling a little
Okay, perfect. Oh.
getting
Oh.
older now, feeling so inopportune. Maybe there's no good time in life to learn you're not immune. Anyway, how's Peru? Anyway, how's Peru? Listening to true crime podcasts in underwear in the kitchen, what is it? Young women texting the pop. Maybe just a threat to their forecast.
Oh shit.
Anyway, how's Peru? Anyway, how's Peru? In my daydreams, I don't wear headphones. I do my own thing. The music just bends. Maybe I should try to make more friends while I'm age. But I'm so used to wonder keeping. Don't think I could stand being average. Used to have a neat advantage of mine. Making me look sage. Anyway, how's Peru? Anyway, how's Peru? Posted up in Garner Park, reading Camus, feeling like a stranger, feeling new. Why do I get so sad on summer afternoons? Maybe just the way the light lands across my borrowed bedroom. Anyway, how's Peru? Anyway, how's Peru? Anyway, how's Peru? Anyway, how's Peru? Trying to get less sentimental after I've had a few. Anyway, how's Peru? Anyway, how's Peru?
Can you go back to that echoey back vocal part? That was so cool. What was that?
I don't know what part you're talking about. I can try.
Oh man, there was like a super like.
Maybe just a threat to their forecast.
Yeah, that was it. That part's so cool.
Thank you.
I really like the one spot that I fucking love was like that violin. That part was so cool. I'm
Thank
like, oh, that just it like
Thank you.
the way the counter melody fits in like on top of everything else. Like it is so cool.
Thanks.
That was a really cool song. I know you sent me an earlier version of that, and I
Yeah.
love the stuff you added with the drums and stuff you
Thanks.
changed around there. I thought that was a
Thank
really
you.
good change.
Yeah.
Um,
It was like, it felt okay before, but it felt like it was sort of like chasing itself. That's such a dumb poetic way of like trying to describe what I'm trying to say. It felt like there was nothing like gluing it together, and I think the drums like helped like propel it forward and like
yeah.
give it
yeah.
more cohesion.
Yeah, it gave it that central hook for everything to kind of swirl around. Like this
Yeah.
is the part that I'm supposed to bop my head to. You know?
Yeah,
And like I hate that because like you don't need that in every single song, but it's nice to have like a little bit.
Yeah,
You know?
and especially I feel like, I mean, from a like marketing standpoint, like upbeat songs are more easy to sell to people. Not that like this is such a, I don't have any following really at all right now. But I have like one ballad on this EP, and the rest are like a little more up tempo, which I think is the way to go if you're trying to get people to listen.
Mm-hmm.
In certain genres, in whatever genre I am. I don't know what genre I am, but whatever
I don't know
doing.
either.
Yeah, that's
Is that
on,
yours?
what? phone?
The computer charger?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can use it if it fits your computer.
That would
Go
be
for it.
perfect because it looks just like mine. So
It's
I was like,
shitty.
oh, I do
You have
it.
to like hold it at a certain angle, but you'll figure it out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the song's called House Peru. I wrote it while house sitting for one of my best friends, HJ. If you ever see this live stream, I know you're in a different time zone now and stuff, so you're probably not watching. But yeah, it's and my friend HJ was with their spouse in Peru on sabbatical. That is the genesis of the title of the song.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it a bottle cap bedroom? Is that what you said?
But what?
where bottle, like my bottle.
Oh, maybe the way the light slants across my borrowed bedroom.
Borrowed.
Because that's
how. Bottled bedroom.
Bottled bedroom.
Like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I had something I was thinking about mentioning while that was playing. I should have made notes for this, but this was so last minute. It is what it is. It's just chill.
Oh. Whoa. So for this song in particular, did lyrics come first, or did you have kind of the instrumental stuff swirling around a bit first?
Lyrics usually come first for me, and I think that was the case this time. I think I might have had the anyway, how's Peru thing going, and then built verses without melodies before I put melodies to them.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's a very speak singy. This is this really I feel shows my hand in the terms of I grew up doing musical theater. This sounds like a very musical theater song to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything interesting that I can tell you about the instrumentation or anything. Not particularly. I did play live drums on those in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I played my dad's electric kit, so it had good sound. But I think that was part of the reason why I really wanted to add MIDI drums, is because I'm not a drummer. So me playing drums is very evident that I'm not a drummer. You need a little something to cover it up to kind of catch my mistakes and poor drum choices. But it works. It's kind of the song is about growing up and being this is fucking weird. What is becoming an adult? So I feel this kind of awkward drums kind of fits that vibe.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's hard because you don't want to you can do quantization and stuff, but you don't want to quantize the feeling out of it. Otherwise, what's the point of even playing real drums? You know?
Right. Yeah, and I even tried to do. I'm pretty sure I did separate inputs for hi-hat, for kick, for snare, and I did quantize a little bit of each, but it was yeah. And the other thing is if you've heard the single version does not have those MIDI drums in it. It's just the drums that I played, and that version was mixed and mastered by this wonderful dude named Jacob Jones of Meteor Bass in Minneapolis. Goes by the stage name Pelham. Makes some really awesome music, and he mixed it super awesome. And I feel bad not using that version for the EP, but I felt structurally good mixing versus an actual good structure, and I thought, well, good structure wins out, so I'm going to change the structure and forfeit the good mixing.
Yeah.
And so here's a secret: none of these songs are mastered.
Oh, really?
Because I was unemployed when I finished this EP, and could not afford to get them mastered. Yeah, so none of them are mastered. The only mastering is the mastering that the individual streaming services kind of do to fit them all to crunch down the decibelage or whatever into their own.
So for some of the viewers at home that might not know what mastering is.
Well,
I don't know what mastering is.
Nobody knows what mastering is.
Mastering is when you get really good at something.
There you go.
I was gonna say those sound mastered.
Yeah, well,
down,
to my knowledge, mastering is a more extensive version of mixing. Okay. So for viewers at home, mixing is when you take the audio files that you've recorded and you put EQ or reverb, you make them pretty essentially, and make them all fit together nicely and make sure they sound professional essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Pan things, compression, EQ, multiband dynamics. Just throwing out words.
Yeah, you put a bunch of words in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Mixing is essentially taking all of your individual tracks, your vocals and your drums and your bass and your keyboards or whatever, and getting them all sounding good together and tweaking individual tracks. And then once you're done with mixing, you bounce it down to a single file. And then mastering is taking that one audio file, that MP3, or not MP3. You don't master an MP3. What am I talking about? Your WAV file probably. And you make little subtle adjustments on that one file. You boost the levels a little bit. You do a little bit of compressions that your highs stay where they're at, but then you kind of bump up your lows a little bit so it sounds, I hate this term, but the loudness war. You want your music to have a certain level of loudness compared to other things that you listen to. So mastering kind of makes sure that your music, if you play it at like the same volume, will sound like, palatable and like the same as like other stuff you hear. Not the same, but like it'll sound consistent at least.
Yeah, it'll fight for a spot in your ears.
Oh.
Yeah, or the right to party.
See what you want? You want your final waveform to just be a block, no dynamics. You want it to be as loud as possible.
You want it to clip like incredibly like above the 0 dB range.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I guess I did like minimal mastering because I did input like all of my wave files into one Ableton session to like make sure they were all relative to each other, kind of the same loudness level, etc. But I didn't like really master them.
So I'm gonna stop calling them WAV files.
WAV.
Now that I've been hearing people
GIF,
say it.
GIF versus GIF.
Yeah.
I think you should keep calling them WAV files and just act like that's the cool way to say it.
Yeah.
That's you have to be in the know. It's a WAV file.
I'll just say if people are like, "You mean WAV?" I'll be like,
That's what the
"Yeah." That's
yeah
what I meant.
for to you. Yeah, we've been chatting about this song for a hot minute, so let's move on to the next guy. The next song on the EP is called Terminal Tear. I think it's my favorite song on
Same.
the EP.
It's a really good one. It's a really good one.
It's a bop. It's a bop. All right, let's make sure the inputs.
Oh, I guess it's going across to like. Oh, that's why I thought it did it, because it was just like bopping across, and then it goes up to 20 naturally. We didn't give it enough time to reboot.
Okay, it's on iPod/MP3. That's the
Yep.
correct. Sick. Okay, here we go.
And you might want to turn up on there a little bit.
The beginning's quiet anyway.
Spend my adolescence being anyone but me. Singing ready lecture to teach a classic dog. And he got bored in school. Well, the word of the routine started skipping class. Or gets Uber out loud. MHC always moving forward. Always moving through. Always on the search for something bigger to belong to. Looking for a family, a team, a crew. But the best of the spot is in the mirror in the room. You're born, you cry, you call, you stay. You never lie. Being music, now you kids. So what's the best you can do? Do the thing you ride until you can. And then you walk until you drive. It's just a cycle, man. Bonders, man. Fast, spinning again. So you got some focus, finish those words. My purpose is the commercials for the house. No matter what, this hope it doesn't come too soon. Don't know what to do with it. I'm here when I can't begin. Don't see everybody's done. Better second on the rise. I recorded, I didn't hear you contorted. You told me the boy in such a motor kid with it looks in particular touch, but it's underground and touch me one in the wall. And I was a kid, 3301 ran around for a used to make it look dumb like I want to be loved. But only in a baby is wherever you got like an accident and failures like we're so wrong. And how could you mistake promise yourself a promised land? And the whisper sounding how it's funny, calling us a red, but maybe she's not praying, just needs to hold a human hand. Now I gotta show my life. Oh, I don't remember how many can I afford to waste my breath. Yeah, how would I know what I know what the game is? How can I show what I know what the game is? I'm a little bit too much. I'm counting up and I'm always kind of think. Always kind of think it's pretending like I plan it. And I say right, collecting for how it goes down. And you keep on the doses. I was not going so far to a better habit. I'm taking too much and I'm feeling but I'm still taking in air. I'm so happy. Shit, over people that need to be. All the things I need to do. All the mistakes I'm not in your head. I'm gonna have to show the game running in your slates. Till the turtle tear runs down the side of my coal mine face.
Woo! God,
Holy shit.
hard.
I feel like you added a lot of stuff to that since I heard it.
Did I? Okay, I know
I
I added
think.
some things.
Or it might have been that I'm just hearing it on different speakers, so I
No.
like different things.
So I definitely, since you heard it, added the slap bass and vocoders.
That slap bass was so
Yeah.
cool.
Thanks. Yeah, when I played this one live one time, and it was on a WSUM live at WSUM set last year, and I played slap bass, and I Because originally there was like a bass sample in there, but it wasn't me playing, and I wanted it because I am a bassist. I wanted me actually playing. And I loved it, so I was like, oh shit, I need to re-record this and like put this actual bass line in there.
Yeah.
So I did, but I like just kept putting it off, and I guess the one I sent you didn't have that version in there yet.
I don't think so,
I don't
unless
think
it could
it
be
did.
that it just like it didn't like
Pop
come out in my
through.
speakers as much. But like it was like a pretty prominent part, so I imagine I would have
I'm
heard
pretty
it.
sure it didn't. But yeah, because I sent, so for viewers at home, Michael like is much more knowledgeable about like engineering and stuff than I am. So I sent him the like rough mixes of the EP for some input. I also sent to my good friend Sean Horvath of WSUM and also the band War Melancholy for some input because he's also a very musically opinionated man in a very good way. So it was his idea to put like a bunch of vocoders and shit in there.
Oh, nice.
And I think it worked out well. I like the vocoders.
Yeah, I like the vocoders. I love like I think the vocal chops that you added, those sounded new.
Yeah.
And like all the layers were like really working well together.
Thank you.
That's my favorite one on the
I
EP.
think it's mine too. It's the most like
Pizza.
Oh, goodness.
Pizza.
Yeah, I don't want to say like accessible, but it's the most like I don't even want to say polished either, but it's the most like pop adjacent I think thing I have, because the other stuff is sort of like alt, like art rock. Quintin's Mr.
probably the
Quintin,
pizza.
man, causing so much noise. How dare ya?
I got a large thing of topper sticks.
Woo!
Okay.
But we want some.
Woo! I might take a topper stick or something.
I'm so full. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I'd say it's like, to me, it's like the most like, what's the right word? Like, primally emotional.
Yeah, no,
because
I
like
hear that.
other stuff, like I think it's kind of like more like melancholy and more reflective, but it's a bit like, I don't want to say it's not expressive because it's very expressive, but in like a more like in a more like
pulled back
calm,
way,
pulled,
maybe.
like kind of you're like a little bit more like removed from it, and it's not as raw.
Yeah.
But this feels like it's very like it, you know,
Yeah.
you listen to it and you can feel it right away.
Thanks.
I
yeah.
really
You know,
like it.
oh that little guy.
The smallest topper stick.
Little
I've
tiny.
ever had.
Speaking of
boy.
Dessa, I think I was like really trying to like emulate a Dessa like banger, like rap adjacent. Like I call like songs that I make like this coloratura rap, because I'm a coloratura soprano. But yeah, just like the wordy, like fast singing stuff I do. Sometimes that's what I call it. But yeah, the really aggressive, really like pushing sound. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think you're onto something with a like more like emotional raw aspect.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
it's like angry adjacent.
Uh-huh.
It's angsty. It's angsty.
Yeah,
It's
there you go.
angsty. Yeah. So I think the slap bass was the only thing I like wanted to talk about, which I did talk about. Oh, something funny is I mentioned Garner Park twice in the CP, which I think is hilarious because I don't spend that much time in Garner Park. But yeah, I say something in this one. I say like, well, in House Peru I say posted up in Garner Park reading Camus, and then in this one I say, you sing something about singing recitative. You think I know my own lyrics? Singing recitative to crowds at Garner in the heat, because that's a line about doing being a Madison Opera apprentice and singing recitative in Garner Park in July.
So, for the foolish and ignorant tuning in from home, what is a voice comm? A voice comm?
A vocoder?
A vocoder.
A vocoder. Yeah, a vocoder.
Oh my god.
No, you got it. A voice comm.
What the hell is
It's a
voice
WAV
comm?
file and a voice comm. Yeah, vocoder is like, and actually, I only really learned to use a vocoder for this song, so this is a really good exercise for me, because now I really like using vocoders and I use them on a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, vocoder is like the like robot-y type sound that you hear that like sounds like someone singing, but it also sounds like a synth.
It's like the what you say, that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
What you say? What you meant well.
So,
Brings
like,
me
it's
back
like is it like a WAV
Not
making it-
quite. It's a little bit more like imagine a keyboard that's like triggered by the sound of your voice.
Yeah.
So like if I sing a note into the vocoder and I'm holding this down, it's only gonna play when it's like detecting like I'm singing.
Have you seen that guy
Oh.
on TikTok that like he has like he has a keyboard and there's a tube going into his mouth? This is not what I do. I do it like all digitally, but like he has like one that he puts a tube in his mouth and then when he plays piano and sings, it like sounds kind of like he's still singing words, but the sound of the synth
Oh,
like
so they like take the pitch like from the synth?
kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find an instance of it in the song real fast to like show you. Yeah.
So
well, that's
yeah,
it.
like Daft Punk, like Daft Punk is like prime vocoder stuff,
Okay.
Yeah.
like that. So you can hear like the timbre is kind of like, stop, just sing this stuff. Fuck you.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's like voice but robotness.
Anyway, yeah, I think you get the idea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Also, Wolfpack is great vocoder. They have a lot of cool vocoder stuff.
Yeah. Sick. Okay. I think we shall go into the fifth and final song on the EP.
Also,
Unless
before
you
we
wanna say
begin,
something.
Riley in chat says ethereally banging. I agree.
Thank you, bud.
Quite ethereal and quite banging.
Ethereally banging. Is that what you described my song Andromeda? You said like the most
Ethereally cheeky.
ethereally cheeky.
Cheeky.
Yes. Ethereally banging and ethereally cheeky. That's gonna be my new like bio on I don't know Spotify or something. Okay, let's make sure the input's all good.
I really like ethereally banging. That's
I like that too.
It's a really good descriptor, actually.
Yeah. No, not DVD. iPod MP3. Okay. Okay. So this is the only ballad on the EP.
Wait, are there party mode?
No, but similar energy.
Good, good. Oh, honey core, sorry.
Honeymoon WAV file.
Voice column.
Voice count.
I used to be a believer. When I grew up, I grew wary.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, that was Solid Under the Blue Moon, was the name of that song. And it's the only ballad on the thing. Something I forgot to mention in Power Lines that also, Power Lines was the first track, if you don't remember. That also occurs in this is, something that I do is I kind of assign little, like, leitmotifs to everybody that I write songs about. Or, like, every, like...
That's so awesome.
Thanks. Or, like, every, like, recurring place, or, like, it's mostly people. So in Power Lines it goes, like, ba, 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 ba. There's, like, a horn part, and then it happens again in Sound of the Blue Moon, because they're written about the same person. And also, it's actually, it's from my song Honeycore, where it goes, I hope this one will last.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that's what that is.
When's Honeycore becoming a thing?
Well, it's on Spotify, but I think it might be officially in an album that I'm working on. That's maybe like next year, late next year, if next year. It'll be a while, but yeah. So that's something I wanted to mention, leitmotifs. That song was like terrifying for me to put out because it sounds really sad. I'm really good at making songs and like writing about problems that are not problems. I'm really good at like taking minor like things that like aren't perfect or like little like conversations. I'm eating a piece of pizza. That like go wrong and like blowing them up into like massive dramatic things in my head. And that song I think is like an instance of that.
That's great. Cause honestly, no, that's a great skill to have. Cause like not every moment of our lives is like this giant breakup or like this huge emotional like trauma. Like sometimes we just are minorly inconvenienced, and there's no songs.
There's no songs
like
about being minorly inconvenienced. Yeah. You know what I think is a really good song about? Actually, I think that's like it's like an inverse of what we're talking about. But your song Somebody, I feel like that's such an existential song.
It is very
but
existential.
it's so groovy. It's like it doesn't sound that way. It's like go stream Somebody on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever.
No, actually, no. Go stream Bad Faith. Somebody is okay for streams for now. Also, I have a new single coming out, so don't worry.
Yes, and a music video, right?
Eventually, yeah.
Yes.
I wanna space my content out because I'm so slow at making new shit. But
that's good because that means like everything that you put out is like amazing. So like I think being slow is fine.
It's I'm okay with it. I've come to terms with it.
Yeah.
Can I say this song gives me a really specific vibe, and it's the weirdest thing. This song, like, I want to hear this song live. I hear this song at like an outdoor summer concert, and I'm like with friends or something, but I'm kind of like mentally in my own headspace, like separate from them. And
I know that feel.
There's a bunch of straight couples around, all being all lovey-dovey, and I'm like, wow, this is just gay lust. That's gay lust is what I'm feeling.
Gay lust. It is gay lust. It is gay lust.
Okay, that's perfect. So I got the vibe right.
That's kind of lust.
Gay lust and gay fear of being emotionally vulnerable with someone. That's what this song is about.
Okay, yeah. I think that vibe is like, I think
it comes through.
I think it comes through. Yeah, because like
yeah.
that's honestly okay. I will say about myself, I'm horrible at picking out lyrics, and like frankly, the first couple times I listen to a song, I can't listen to lyrics. I can't even like.
I'm like the total opposite.
Synthesize them.
Crazy.
So like, I got the right vibe with no context of the lyrics at all, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. I'm like the complete opposite. I'm definitely my mother's daughter in the sense that I'm like a very words, lyrics driven person. Like lyrics are always the first thing I hear about songs, or like gravitate towards in songs. Yeah.
And I feel like that really comes through in both of our songwriting styles too, because like my stuff lyrically, it's like I think they're not bad, but like they're definitely written to complement the music,
which is
like,
totally fine.
And like I think your approach is a lot more lyrics focused, and like I think like it's a lot more like a storytelling kind of thing, whereas like mine's just like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't just hum the whole time.
But like I think that works, and I think that works for your musical style because like all your stuff is like really hooky and like pop jazz. What would you call Michael's style?
Oh, just fucking beautiful.
There we go. Yeah. Fucking beautiful. Yeah, I think.
Beautiful, Michael. Come on.
Come on.
I bust out a good one every 20 or so years.
Yeah. So I had I literally had like a panic attack before I sent this song to the person that it's about, because I was like, hey, I'm worried you're gonna like break up with me over the song, but I promise that it's not about like me being worried about the state of our relationship or anything. Yeah, but turned out okay. We're still dating.
Yay! It's hard. Like sometimes they're like songs. Like I feel like we can express things that we're too afraid to say. So then when it comes time to release it, it's like, wait, no, I can't do that.
I know.
I wrote this song specifically so I wouldn't have to talk about it.
It's so easy to like write songs about people you don't talk to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I don't have to tell them about this. I can just bury it in metaphor, and then I don't have to like even tell them. But when you're like writing a song about someone that you're actually dating, and you're like, I care about this person's feelings. Not that I don't care about people's feelings who I don't talk to anymore that I've written songs about, but like,
It's like they probably won't even hear it.
Yeah,
Like, statistically,
exactly.
they probably won't even hear it, and then if they do, they probably won't make that conjecture.
Yeah,
Like most likely.
Yeah. Or they will, but they'll second guess it enough that they'll be like,
They'll be like, oh, that's crazy.
It's like when someone subtweets you and you're like, is this about me? I don't know. I don't want to seem conceited by thinking it's about me, but I think it's about me.
You're so vain.
Yeah.
You probably think the song is about you.
I love that song, and it is about me.
As it should be.
Encore! Encore!
There's nothing to encore.
Encore!
There's nothing to encore. Oh, okay.
Encore!
Do you have any other work in progress stuff? Unless I don't want to tell you to share it if you don't want to.
Well, Quintin has made a request that we can listen to real quick.
Well, not me, the crowd.
Oh,
It
okay.
is the crowd, yeah.
Okay.
Do I sound like that? Come on.
The lady at Cargo did say that you were like you need to be like hired as a, or was that something I tweeted? Am I putting words into the mouth?
I don't know. What's cargo?
Cargo coffee.
Oh, cargo coffee. Yeah. I always call it caribou coffee.
Yeah.
And they like gave me looks. Yeah. That's me.
This is a song this is like one of my favorite songs I've ever put out. The one that the crowd has requested. O'Reilly says, we're still dating? That's news to me. Oh shit. I mean, you are coming here in like a week, so we probably figured that out.
I thought we were all just staring at the camera for a second. I was like, all right,
Oh,
I'm in.
camera time. Yeah, so this song that the crowd has requested is a song I put out almost exactly a year ago, called Andromeda. And it's like one of my favorite things sonically and lyrically I've ever made. I think
It's so good.
Thank you.
This is a
Yeah,
really good
it turned out it's like one of those times where the execution like perfectly matched my vision, which is like rare. Sometimes you have to like compromise and like change the vision along the way. But
Talk about Andromeda for like 20 more seconds.
yes,
I'll be right back.
it was actually inspired. Fun fact. Anybody who's close to me knows this because I like talk about it all the time. But it was inspired by. This is actually also another song I wrote at Hassel House, which is my friend HJ, who House Peru is about, and was written at their house. I wrote this song, also house sitting for them. But I was like watching One Strange Rock, the Netflix. Oh no, my computer's low on battery.
Uh-oh. No,
it's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's good. We're good.
Okay.
we got another few minutes worth of juice left in us. Yeah, I was watching like One Strange Rock, which is basically like Blue Planet, Bill Nye, Science Guy kind of vibes, like it's a nature show, but space specifically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, shit! And they were doing an episode on.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
It's literally just Riley.
Riley.
Whew, that's
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I just wanted to get back to the song.
I know. Well, now I have interrupted my several trains of thought so many times that I need to.
So you're talking about the show.
One Strange Rock. Yes. So they were doing an episode on our galaxy and the Andromeda galaxy, and how they are moving towards each other at like an insane speed, but they're so big they're not going to collide for another like billion years, but they will collide. It's inevitable. Like there's no way to stop it. And once they collide, it's just going to be like a whole new galaxy.
Is that with the Milky Way?
Yeah.
Andromeda Milky Way. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Jeez, I hope I don't live for a billion years.
Yeah. God, that would be so boring. I would get so bored.
Yeah. Well, what? Okay, but like,
Depends.
imagine if you could just be like freeze me.
Yeah,
And be
that'd be like
wake me up
Captain
in, like-
America kind of vibes.
Yeah, except like more like anti-American.
Well, yes.
And like kind of like more. No, I don't want to. I was gonna make a riff about like terrorism. I don't want to get your stream back though.
No.
I think we should be.
I don't know, like, if I got frozen for a billion years, I don't know if I'd be more scared if humanity was wiped out or if humanity was still there in a billion years.
Oh my God,
I don't know which outcome is scarier.
Such a good movie. I think it's called Time Trap. This is so off topic, but watch the movie Time Trap if you want. It's about
Is it like
people-
Panic Trap?
no.
Captain America.
It's about people who like go underground for a minute and then like come back up, and to them it's a minute, but then like when they get back, like all of humanity has been wiped out and it's been like a billion years, and it's like it's a good movie. I saw something in the chat.
Who made it?
Captain America reference.
Did you make the Captain America reference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Riley is a huge Marvel Cinematic Universe fan and is
Oh, sweet.
teaching me all of the superheroes and stuff. So I did her proud.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about wait? Yeah. That's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That's such a good
That was
movie.
a
That's
weird
such a
movie.
good movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my
I really
God, it's
should.
so good.
I've heard a lot of people say it's very
Yeah,
good.
it's super good. Okay, so anyway, we've
Without
been
further ado,
chatting for minutes. Let's play a drama.
nothing more.
Why?
That's such a cheeky ending.
Oh.
Nothing more.
Spotify's been doing this really awesome thing to me lately where it'll play 10 seconds of a song and then crash.
I've heard of a lot of people having that issue.
Really? Okay.
Which is weird.
It
like,
must
I don't
be a
know
bug.
why.
They
I
gotta
don't know.
fix it.
Tell me, Emma.
Like, I heard that happening to people like over a year ago. So I don't know how
Really?
it's still happening. Like, you'd think they would
So
freaking fix it. Spotify.
Spotify, if you're listening. Okay.
I just use Apple Music because
Oh.
I actually don't
It's
care.
like, it's got like LED lights. Changes.
All right, we're trying this again.
hear that like percussion moving around in those two speakers.
Did you?
So
Was that
cool.
self-mixed or did you get that mixed by someone else?
So, that was.
Also,
I
Yeah. Also, woo.
Yeah!
It's been a long time since I've listened to that song. I forgot what a fucking masterpiece it was.
Thank
It's
you.
so good.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't
Oh.
cut you off,
really,
but I
really
couldn't leave it unclapped.
It's
No,
yeah,
you're
no
good.
kidding,
Thank you,
dude.
guys.
Yeah, I remember really liking it when it first came out, and it's like, oh man, there's so much good stuff going on in there. I love it.
Shucks. Yeah, I mixed it myself. Then I sent it to Jacob Jones of Meteor Base to like additionally mix and master. And it's been so long that I do not remember if that percussion sample was already panned like that or if I panned it like that.
Okay.
But it is like the sample itself was something I like found on Splice or something.
Gotcha.
It's very like FKA Twigs. I feel like she has a lot of that like sample. Yeah, that little like that's my dad's voice.
Was that
after.
with a voice com?
No, actually, it was. He had the lyric is, though I don't wake paper cranes, I'm already yours. There's no falling in space. And like paper cranes, though I don't wake paper cranes, essentially like I don't like wish on it. I don't like put it out into the universe, but like I like you. That's what that lyric translates to.
Okay. Okay.
But my dad has a song called Paper Cranes that he made back in the, I don't know, 2003. I was like 4 or 5, and it's like my favorite song he's ever made. And so I took the sounds clip of him saying Paper Cranes in that song, and I reversed it and like fucked it up a bunch.
Okay.
So that's like what that is. It's
Oh
him
my
saying
God.
Paper Cranes, but it's like fucked up.
Huh.
I thought I just add some like atmosphere coolness.
Fiery Bra says, God.
God.
Yes! Hi, Sid.
God.
Welcome.
Hi, Sid. This is
Who?
it's my friend Sid.
Oh, you know this person.
Hi, Quintin's friend
I
Sid.
used to, he
Hello.
was my roommate back sophomore year, and I lived right next to him freshman year.
Hell yeah.
I sent him the link, and he
Oh
made
my
it.
gosh.
Excellent.
Well,
Aw.
thanks for tuning in. We're like gonna wrap up pretty soon because it's been like an hour and we've been chatting, and I don't want to keep you all too long.
We've just been vibing.
But where can they find this?
Yeah. So this EP is out everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer. What are the other things people use?
YouTube Music, Amazon
YouTube
Music,
Amazon Music,
Google Play Music, I think.
Bandcamp, Google
Bandcamp.
Play.
SoundCloud?
You guys say
Sound-
YouTube music?
I don't think it's on
YouTube
SoundCloud
You say
yet
YouTube music? Okay.
because I have to manually put it on SoundCloud, but
Okay.
I will do that at some point. Yeah.
What about Groove Shark?
Oh, man.
Probably.
You remember that, Mike?
That goes way back.
God, that was a long time ago. Sorry.
Yeah. Before we go though, I like ask people on Instagram to like send in a few questions. Most of these are from my girlfriend. She's very supportive and I love her a lot. Some of them are not from her, but like we'll answer a few listener questions. Let's see what do we got. What was your favorite song to write/make? My favorite song to write was, I don't know. I like writing songs, but I don't know that I like any particular song. I just like writing. The one that came easiest was Sour Under the Blue Moon, I think. The one that came hardest was Terminal Tear, which was the second to last one, the one that we were all like jamming to. But I think I'm most proud of the lyrics on actually both of those, Terminal Tear and Sour Under the Blue Moon, I think are my most proud lyrics of that set. How would you describe your EP in 3 words? Well, I think we already got it described in the chat as ephemerally bombastic.
Ethereally banging.
Ethereally
That's 2 words.
Ethereally banging cheeky, because you said ethereally cheeky. Ethereal banging angst.
Really fucking good.
Thank you.
Ethereally banging cheeks.
Ethereally banging those cheeks.
Ethereally banging cheeks. I love that.
Yes, exactly. What inspired you to write these songs? All different things. This is not a cohesive EP in like thematic sense, mostly. But people, places, things, nouns.
Proper nouns, even?
Even proper nouns. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. The birds and the bees and
the guys on their knees and
and
the suits and the fleas and the wind and the breeze.
Tell me I'm a.
That's an allude to a song that we're working on together.
Has been released yet?
No.
At all?
No.
Oops.
Leaked. Shit. New Mobs track just leaked. What is the significance of the album logo / symbol? I mean, there's not really an album logo. If you mean like the cover art, that was like, I felt like these songs felt sort of academic. Like some of them felt kind of like buttoned up, but in a sexy way. So I was like, I want to kind of have like a dark academic, punk academic feel. So my mother actually shot the EP cover. Thank you, Sigra Ruiz.
Wait. Your mom's name is Sigra?
Sigrid.
Oh, okay.
And my name was going to be Sigrid, and then it was not. And I will haunt her for the rest of her days because she didn't name me Sigrid. But it's okay because I'm Sigra, so yeah. I like Sigra.
I think you'd be Sig either way to me.
Yeah. I like Sig. Yeah, so the like significance of that is just, I thought it was sort of so if you have not seen the EP art, it's like me standing on train tracks with my fretless bass and a broken bow that's like flung up over my head. It just kind of, to me, like captured the feel of like it felt like whoosh, which is what these songs feel like.
That's a great word.
Whoosh.
That's a great word for it.
Just like a overwhelming sense of emotion, I guess. All of my stuff is so intense.
Riley says, I meant the wishbone, LOL.
Oh, you meant the wishbone. Well,
but that was a good thing.
Thank you. Yeah, so the internal album art and like my shirt and merch and stuff is like this design I did of a wishbone and then some flowers. And that is like, because the album's called Bad Faith, which is I'm gonna get nerdy for a minute, it's a philosophical term. I like philosophy. So but bad faith is essentially like acting in a way that you know is not your true self, kind of like believing. There's like a really famous anecdote about, I can't remember which philosopher did it, but it's like the waiter who is like really good at being a waiter, but him is not a waiter, he's him. I'm so not explaining this correctly. I'll go Wikipedia bad faith. It's also like a political thing, but that's not the way that I meant it.
I've always like thought it like you're just like you're being like disingenuous.
Yeah,
that's the political one, or is that the philosophical?
They're similar. Disingenuous is like, that's probably the most concise, like closest word I would say. And like these songs felt like the song Bad Faith is like about like trying really hard to get somewhere, even though it's not necessarily like you don't believe you're gonna get there. And so the wishbone is like a wish, right? And then all the flowers that like surrounded on that album art correspond in the Victorian language of flowers to like luck, faith, deceit. Like they just like fit with that theme of like disingenuous or like broken promises. Like,
what is the Victorian age of flowers?
Victorian language of flowers.
Language of flowers.
Yeah, that's not like that's not something you should be embarrassed that you don't know. That's just like another nerdy thing. Like flowers have meanings. Like we all know that, like, you know, roses are love and stuff. But like in the Victorian age, it went a lot deeper, and like you could literally tell someone to fuck off via a bouquet.
Really?
Yeah.
What's a fuck off flower?
Oh god, I don't remember the like actual bouquet, but like there are some flowers that mean like you have broken my heart, and there are some that mean like warning, and like I have a whole book about it.
What if somebody like went into someone's yard and they just planted a bunch of fuck you flowers?
That would be a big balls move.
Would they like be like, what?
That they probably would be like, what? That would probably be the first thing they said.
So it's really just hanky code.
Yeah,
basically.
It's hanky code, like hanky code.
Hanky code for Victorian romance.
Yeah, flowers, parasols, fan language, like because in the Victorian age, like you were always chaperoned on dates, so like you had to like subliminally like send messages. So they have all these different like codes with like flowers and fans. And,
Wow, so it actually is kind of.
yeah,
That's
it kind
amazing.
of is. Okay, how gay is this new EP? Well, considering like half of it was directly inspired by my girlfriend, I would say pretty gay, and like the other one's just gay by association. Yeah. It's pretty gay.
That's just MQBS.
Yeah, gay by association. Did you have any trouble recording any of the tracks? Yes. The one interesting thing is I live with my parents, who I love dearly. But because it is quarantine, kind of, or like when I record this, it's quarantine. We were all home all the time, and I have a thing where I cannot like record my voice when there are other people around. I have to be alone. So it was really hard to like find spots for the songs that I hadn't recorded yet. Find spots in the day to record those. I did a lot of late nights, like just recording when they were asleep, which worked out fine.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Did any bowed bass end up on the album or on the EP?
I do not believe so, but I have a song that I'm working on that I'm really excited about that has a lot of bowed bass. So get ready. Yeah.
Is it like bowed electric or like?
Yeah, it's like a fretless, same size as a normal bass, but just fretless, and like it's like a bodiless cello almost, but tuned like a bass.
Okay.
Yeah, and yes.
I'm excited to hear that.
yeah, I'm excited. The working title is Saving Worms, going with the bug theme of my life.
Yeah. What do you think about worms?
What do I think about them as a concept?
Or like just as like there's a lot of dead worms that I've come across in my life. Do you think you'd like ever make
like that I could use them? I want to, because I love worms, but their water content is so high that when you dehydrate them, they turn into nothing. So they don't really work for jewelry and stuff, unfortunately. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll start doing wet specimens someday, where like preserve them in formaldehyde. And in that case, I might do worms. We're talking about my other side hustle I do, which is like collecting bugs and making jewelry out of them and shit. 27 bones on Etsy. Okay, a couple more questions. Not a question, but I'm really proud of you. Thank you, Riley.
Ow.
Woo.
Ow.
All right, last Instagram question. If you could ask this EP out for lunch, where would you eat? Does it have to be in Madison? I mean, I don't really know of anywhere else that's not in Madison.
Wherever your heart contents, I suppose.
I would go to work and eat the food we have at work because it's really good. We get brunch at Wonder State Coffee. Yeah, so that is all the questions I have on Instagram. This is, run slightly long, but I mean, we have some technical.
I don't think this helps at all with our faces.
No, we're backlit now. It would have to be like in the front. We're like about to wrap up anyway. It's fine. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know a lot of people told me like they either weren't going to be available at this time or like didn't know how to work Twitch, and that's totally fine. I'm gonna like put the stream up on
But
like
thank you
YouTube
to the
later.
real
Thank you to the real
care
fans.
about
Real fans.
care about
Actual
us.
fans.
Care about Sigra.
Yeah, and thanks to my mobs bros for being here as like moral support and to like zhuzh up the stream and make it not just me talking at you, and for your guys' thoughtful questions, and for letting us use Quintin's apartment, and for giving me feedback on the EP.
Of course.
And all of that jazz. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I hope you guys like it. Keep streaming it. More to come soon. Hopefully live shows at some point.
Yeah.
Working on figuring out how to do that.
And thank you, Sigra.
Oh,
Thank you for making
so,
this damn
you're
thing